Welcome to Beyond the Tavern Wall, everyone.
Yay!
The raunchy cold open.
Can that be our cold open, hun? She did not say a word. She just looked at me, turned around, and she's now closing the door. All right, okay, let's really get into this. Welcome in, everyone. We're excited to be here today on the podcast. I'm Braden Figgins. I'm one of your co-hosts here on the podcast. One of your tavern keepers, actually. And I am joined by, as always, Kendall, Sam, Haley, and Hunter. How are we doing, everyone?
Doing great.
Let's
Guys,
go.
Foot hurts.
Is it because of Burger King foot lettuce?
No, I wish it was because of Burger King foot lettuce.
That
It's just,
meme
Don't we
just
all?
hurts, man.
jumped into my head the other day, and I was like, why is that in my head? I have no idea. So here we are with this. We're gonna be talking about an interesting thing. Let's be honest. The topic we're gonna be talking about is lame, not because of the topic, but because of how D&D does the topic. Okay, we're gonna be talking about inspiration and rewarding your players as a DM, and how we can go beyond it, and how we can make it better, or what is good about the current system and all that stuff. So let's first jump in, guys. What are your guys' thoughts on inspiration? I guess there's two different, like, if you go by 5e standards and 2024 standards, they're two kind of different. So what are your guys' thoughts on both of those standards?
Well, what are those standards? How are they different?
Well, I want our audience to go look it up. Sam, what is the
Consider
difference
me
between
the
two?
audience.
Just kidding.
What the fuck is
Does anyone want to explain the difference between the two? Or yeah.
Sure. 2014 inspiration is basically just advantage on a d20 roll of your choice. I believe you could also no, I don't think you could use it to impose disadvantage on somebody, but I could be wrong. No, okay. I didn't think so. What the 2024 inspiration does is now called heroic inspiration. Wow.
Yay!
So heroic. And that was very heroic of them to do that.
Yeah.
I just want to let you stew in that for a moment, but I'm not
Oh,
going
it's okay. I'm
to.
stewing. And it's nice and warm. It's ooh.
Ew. 2024 heroic inspiration is advantage on any dice roll of your choice, whether it's a weapon attack, a saving throw, whatever it might be. Damage dice.
It's more than that. It's a reroll of any dice you roll.
Mhm.
It doesn't have to be a specific attack. Like if I make you roll a random encounter one, you can re-roll that. It is any single
Any dice
dice
you
you
choose.
roll, a D4, D10, D6. Like it is every single roll.
And I think one of the biggest differences is with the heroic inspiration, you can decide after you see the result of your roll. With the original one, you had to pick before you rolled that you were going to use it.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I don't think people actually followed that rule, but technically, you're supposed to say before you roll that you're using your advantage.
Mm.
I feel like a
Well,
lot of
that's
times. What?
That's lame.
It
Be the
it
bardic
really,
inspiration rules. Just let it happen before you know if you failed or not.
it really is not that exciting. Like it really like. I think mechanically it kind of works, but it's just not very exciting. Oh yeah, you get an advantage, like, or you get a re-roll a die. Like there's not a lot of things that it can flow with. So what are your guys' thoughts on those?
I've brought it up a couple of times when we were talking about the document I made for the role-playing aspects. Advantage isn't used enough, and it's not really important enough, in my opinion.
Hmm.
I can count on one hand how many times Braden's given us inspiration during a session. Like, it's just not... It's
just
not
not
really
something
that useful.
about.
Yeah.
You know?
I give you guys enough, like for me, it's like I give you guys enough advantage randomly on a lot of checks
Exactly,
to kind of like
yeah.
justify it,
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, it's like you get one with a new heroic inspiration as well in the 2024. You get one at the beginning of each session. No, is it every day?
No, that's a human.
That's human.
trait.
That's a human feature. I think in
Mhm.
every session you start with a heroic inspiration, and that's kind of what we did anyway. Is you just go on at the beginning, like I expected, and then if I really wanted to reward it,
I don't think that's an official rule that you get one at the beginning of each session.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm just thinking of the human thing. I thought for sure it was, but we can look it up to check. If not, DMs do it because why not? There's no reason to not do that. Just give them a free reroll. It's not a problem. I feel like I don't know. I was torn when I was researching this because you can reward your players in other ways. But at the same time, like for example, you could give them a magic item. But I'm not just going to be like, "Oh, wow, a magic item appears in your hand magically because you did something really cool." Like inspiration is just something quick you can give them as a tool that they can use future on if they do something cool in roleplay or something like that. Like there's not real like do you guys have any other like ideas of what you could do in that situation instead of just inspiration or you get a magic item or stuff like that?
I think it just depends on the scenario that your character is in.
Yeah. All I can think of is like maybe you gain favor with maybe that if you're talking to an NPC or a village or something like that, but I feel like that's what advantage is.
Going
know?
back to my roleplay mechanics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when you're handing out inspiration, it is going to be happening for a very in-character moment, usually.
Hmm.
So rewarding that in the form of being able to have those kind of like shine moments, I guess you could say. Also, good opportunities for character growth are going to come from those, and you could try to open the door for that. But I feel like that also kind of depends on the player as well.
Yeah.
I think it's difficult like as a DM like I want to reward you guys. And I do. And I think what I do normally is like actually no, I don't think I really reward for good good role player stuff. It's not that I don't think it's good. I just don't think there's a system that I have to do it. Like I just
Here's
don't
a
think
fun
there's
one.
what?
Every time you want to reward your players, knock 10 hit points off of the next BBEG.
Ooh.
No. I think I don't. I'll be honest. No.
Come
That's
on.
no. And then every time you guys do something bad when we don't pay attention at
You
all, I
add
add 10 because last session you guys would have added probably about 300 hit points.
I wasn't there. I wasn't
Haley's
there.
good. Yeah, Bahamane is literally like above Creator God now. He had 300 hit points
juiced
added.
up.
He's been taking steroids.
He's drinking planets.
Oh, no.
No, okay. Why do I think that's a bad? Was that more of a joke or like kind of
It
serious?
was, it was a joke. I would not actually suggest.
I'm actually.
doing that.
I want to go off that a little. Obviously, it's joking, but why do I think that is a bad way of doing it? One, combat sucks in general.
Yeah.
Like for me, I do not like combat. For me, sorry, I should say. For me, I don't like
No,
combat.
it's an objective fact.
No,
No,
it's
I love combat.
objective. Yes.
Why would they give me all these fun stats to use in combat if we would never do combat?
Okay,
Exactly.
fine.
What's the point in playing any other class but a bard if you don't do combat?
You're all bards in my heart.
Thank you.
What?
Haley starts to cry because she hates bards.
She hates them so much.
The reason I think that's a bad idea is one, combat, at least for me, combat already sucks. And I feel like I don't balance a combat well enough to make it difficult or hard for you guys. If I kept just because I do think you guys have a lot more good role-playing moments than you do bad ones. And if I was consciously thinking about inspiration, you probably would get a lot more than not. So in the end, if I was taking off 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, I probably wouldn't think to add more onto it, and then you'd have a BBEG with 100 hit points. And it'd be like, oh shoot. Obviously in combat I could just up that whenever I want. And also at the same time, I don't follow hit points. Like in all honesty, it's more of like, okay, the combat's kind of going on longer than normal. So let's do this guy has been hit 3 times. It's more of a on hit basis kind of deal. Okay, this guy average has this much health. You guys do an average of this much damage in total. He gets hit 3, 4, 5 times, they're out, or whatever it may be, just to kind of speed up combat instead of, oh, this guy has 300 hit points. He's been hit 19 times.
Mm.
He's only at 100 now, but they're still all up. And it's slow. And it's boring. And then an avalanche comes, and he gets reset to full health because of his statistics, his stats.
He ate all the snow.
He ate all the snow because it was you're fighting the abominable snowman.
Oh,
The
gosh.
abominable yeti, which is a D&D monster. Fun
Why is it
fact.
yellow?
The abominable Yeti.
There are yetis. There are no Bigfoot though, because even in D&D you cannot find it.
The albino Yeti is brown in color and lives in warmer forests.
True.
There you go. Got you
My
covered.
campaign.
So let's bring this up then. You know, obviously I ragged on Hunter's joke for a second. What are some other ways that you can reward inspiration besides just giving advantage?
I just had a thought. What if you rewarded them with, I don't want to say like secrets, but maybe like hints or clues to specific things?
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Maybe leads for story
Crazy.
beats? Yeah.
My roleplay mechanics is coming back again.
So-
Crazy.
Can I ask what you mean? Like the person gives us a hint? The person they're talking to or something gives a hint?
More so divine intervention, one might say.
Mm.
But like you have to be very I feel like that one is also very situational for what is happening. I don't know. A lot of them are just super hard to figure out like exactly when to use it. Because I mean, yeah, you very well could be talking to somebody and really good role play, and you could say, "All right, that was great. We'll give them a little bit more favor with this person," or yeah, just a little bit more information. It's crazy. Haley knows all this.
I think role play wise, Haley's relationship mechanics are like perfect for it because you're allowing people to build off things, you're allowing things to grow. What would you do in like a sort of if you're not around people, if you're not role playing with NPCs, like how does that work? You know, like what your relationship mechanics as well? Because the divine intervention thing, I'm kind of like, how does that work? I'll say mechanically, like roleplay mechanics wise, like your god is over here just like, dang, he did that really well. The secret passcode is 3829548392. And it's like, what? Like your character's like, first off, what the heck is going on? And like, how does that like work within the story and all that stuff? Like finding a way to make that work within the story. Cause I don't think that's a bad gig, you know? Or maybe you can do like on their next their next roll of some sort that would get more lore or information, the DC's lower so that they can get higher information. Like that's one way you could do it. It's more of like not around, like I don't necessarily announce, hey, you get a better check and get more lore next knowledge. It'd be like, okay, this next check I have coming up is a 15. It's now could be a 10 if they get higher than like 10 for the base knowledge I wanted to give them, but it's now 12 for more information. I think that'd be a good way to kind of mechanically put
Yeah.
that in.
Yeah, just kind of maybe chip away at the DC for this important thing.
For
Yeah, definitely,
every
I would agree.
good role play, minus 10 to the DC.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Okay.
We're gonna know everything.
No, all my
Yes, we
DCs start
are.
at 200, so you're fine.
Wait a DC for perception, please.
Yeah. You're what? No.
I'm gonna
You're
see
never allowed to make
beyond the table. Like Starter's gonna have an out of body experience.
You see 8 people sat around a table, papers in front of them, pencils on the ground, talking in your voice and laughing. You're confused
I am confused.
as a dice rolls on the table. and then you make
It
your next
crushes you.
action, and you die at the end. That's how Strider dies. His out of body experience. It's a Lego movie experience. Okay.
Oh,
What are some other ways? We got those. What are relationship mechanics? The
Mhm.
DC check or like different like lore, secret lores. Kendall, Sam, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't. All my ideas are coming up with things to do, like inter-party stuff. But then my issue with that is it takes away the autonomy of the other players. You know.
Share it though. Like, what are your
So
thoughts on that?
so maybe like let's say you are role playing really well, and then you get some, I don't know, like you gain, I keep saying gain favor, but that's the only way I can really word it. But you gain favor with this certain party member because they agreed with what you said, or they liked how you put something, or they liked how you stood up for this person, kind of a thing. And I just don't know how you would do that without like stepping on the other player's toes, you know?
Well, I feel when stuff like that happens, it already is like an unconscious effort that player's character is gonna like your character more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mhm.
So I feel like it's not really taking away their whole thing. It's kind of just actually writing it down.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and then it would be easier to track where you were at with who's who, like with your relationship with each other. But then I feel like we're just going back to
Roleplay mechanics.
yeah, your
Yeah.
roleplay mechanics. I think Haley's roleplay mechanics were just bulletproof. And then you could also just adopt that Stardew Valley system, right? With the 10 hearts kind of
Yes.
thing.
So what happens if I get 8 hearts with every single party member? Do they sit
And
down with me and have a talk about how I've been dating everyone? I mean, friends with everyone.
I was about to say, then we're gonna have an elimination night, like in The
Oh,
Yeah,
shoot.
like The
Thanks.
Bachelor.
Here is my rose
Here's
to
my
Strider.
rose, Strider. You don't get it.
So I want to go off a tangent real fast because I think it's not necessarily about inspiration stuff, but there is a thought I have about being a DM. As a
Okay.
DM, you can, I believe, and I watched a Diana clip about this, is that a good way to help your characters get into like horror, like the horror feel or like be scared, is you literally like in a sense tell them your character feels this way, kind of deal. Like if you walk somewhere, do you guys feel like that's fair as a DM, like to do that to your player?
To tell them how they're feeling.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
honestly,
'Cause
I
I
think
actually-
it
I-
should be fine.
Mhm.
Because I mean,
It
there's
depends.
definite instances where Strider has not been pissing his pants when he should have been. Like when we first met that pit fiend in hell, I didn't really care. I was like, okay, this is just another guy with a stat sheet. But realistically, we were what, like level 5 or 6? Like, we should have been pissing our pants.
This guy was a
Yeah.
CR 20. Like
Yeah.
this guy could have one shot most of you.
Oh yeah.
hmm
Yeah,
Yeah,
you go ahead.
I think I was just gonna say, I think Kendall and I are kind of on the same page with it, where it's probably fine for the most part, but there are some scenarios where I wouldn't want you to tell me how Lyria is feeling.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it would just depend. Like, yeah, if there was a
Mhm.
specific point where you're just like to drive maybe the fear of the unknown, I'd be like, you're unsettled.
Yeah,
that
and I think
stuff.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Compared to me constantly like, oh, this makes you happy. Like I
Yeah.
don't know Lyria or Bass or Backpack Boy as well as you guys do. I can drive the fear a little bit or the emotion to get out of a scene, but I can't drive how you guys play your characters overall.
Mhm.
You know, and again, it goes back to
Yeah.
why just write a book.
Yeah.
I feel like the instances where that would work is like what Haley said. Setting the tone of a scene, not telling you how you're gonna do it, but just setting the tone would be a good instance, and then maybe a situation where our emotions are being manipulated.
Yeah.
Manipulated.
They being manipulated. Just like the burglar. Just kidding.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever successfully said that word.
What word?
Burglar.
No.
What word?
No. No.
No, but what I mean is, because I thought of that because when Brayden said you feel happy, to me in my brain was automatically like, no, someone's manipulating me. Like I can't feel happy. What?
That person's the
No.
DM. Okay, let's go back on topic. Sorry, I actually
Okay.
I've been thinking about that a lot because again I consider myself more of a horror DM, and how do you do that as a DM without pushing too many boundaries? Any other?
There
Uh,
is one
Go ahead.
that I thought of. A little bit more centered on survival, which I think is appropriate for future endeavors. Yes.
Yes.
So if you have a player that's going to be very descriptive about what they're doing with their day in order to gather resources or build shelter, things like that, you could easily grant them like, yeah, lower DC for those kinds of checks, or maybe, hey, they're able to find more food than they normally would have been. Like if they're very
Mhm.
descriptive about, hey, I'm looking for these types of tracks going in this sort of pattern, checking near the river because that's a fresh water source, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good.
Sam, do you have any thoughts?
I would like to see more like combative checks.
What do you mean? Like
It's very
the-
similar to Haley's role play mechanics, where let's say, for example, as Backpack Boy's arguing with some poor street merchant,
I thought you
my
said whore. I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
Dang.
Boys at the brothel,
Wow.
that's what we're doing now. Backpack Boys at the brothel. Their prices are too high, so he's arguing with the manager. And I would have to like argue with you in real time, and we would have like step by step. Oh, this point lowers the DC. He didn't like that response. I'm going to raise the DC, and we would fight back and forth, and then I'd roll my persuasion.
I do like that. I that's actually a big thing. I've never been. There's not good. Again, we will bring up Haley. We've said this 1,000 times now. Haley's does a great job at. She's pulled together a great document about that. When it comes to like role play combat, there's not. And I'll call it that. There's not really. It's roll a intimidation check, roll a persuasion check, roll a deception check. There's not
Make
like
us
this.
earn it.
But in like combat, it's like, oh, does yours hit the AC? How much damage do you roll? Blah 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 blah. I use meta magic, and there's all these different things that can really help. But there's not a lot of that in roleplay. So like 100%, I agree. Like giving help in different role plays when it comes to DCs and stuff like that. And then in a sense, you're giving inspiration to the DM because it's your DC is going up. Just kidding.
You know, the more and more we talk about the roleplay mechanics, the more it is going to my head that is not a hot take, and I'm actually just right, and everyone else is wrong.
Yeah, could you guys like get together at some point before our next session and flesh this out, please? I need to roll more
have a whole
dice.
6-page document that I sent you guys.
Remember?
I've looked
Vaguely
at it. I like it a
To be
lot.
fair, I don't remember what I did yesterday, so
Fair.
Point kind of for
Understandable, King.
like non-inspiration based rewarding players. We've talked a lot about Sam's ingenuity with Roland and him blue shelling people as Roland. I would almost consider rewarding with a little bit of extra damage for being creative with your kit in combat.
Mm.
Because that's definitely not something I would have really considered doing if I had ever played a turtle, is going and teleporting up above somebody and then just, I don't want to say
Hecking.
curb stomping them, but basically,
blue,
yeah.
blue shelling. Blue shelling.
Blue shelling. We'll just say
Yeah.
blue shelling. I don't want to get copyrighted by a certain company. Don't want to name names, but they do things a lot. Yeah.
Oh, Nintendo. I was so confused.
Nobody know we're talking about them.
I don't care.
They know.
They'll sue. Guys, they have a copyright patent for flying on an animal in a video game. It doesn't matter what we say. They'll freaking screw us over if they want to.
Yeah.
Locked in all those patents for that new Pokemon game that looks so good.
But yeah, I think that rewarding player ingenuity in combat with like a little bit of extra damage, like you don't have to be like, oh, go ahead and add like 3d10 to that, but like maybe toss in like an extra 1 or 2 d6, maybe some d4s. Like let them feel good about them being creative in combat and thinking outside the box.
Mhm.
Yeah, Brayden. Jeez.
I'm getting better at that, okay?
Brayden's done it before.
That's it.
man
I quit the
says
podcast.
back.
I'm no longer DMing. Sam's the new DM.
Oh, everyone levels up.
Yay!
Oh, wait, hold up.
Ooh, you gave me the keys. You gave me the keys. You can't be mad if there's a little gas missing from the
I
tank.
want you. I want you. If you can decipher where we're going next in the campaign through any of my notes, I will let you DM because I can't even decipher them
where
half
we're
the
going
time.
next? At some point, we're going to leave the shaft, and I think we're going to come back to the shaft. There we go. Done.
Funny thing is, we get to choose where we're going.
It's true. You guys get to decide. Here's some. So I looked up some other other systems and figured out kind of their similar thing to inspiration. So I picked out like 5 systems. I picked out. There's a game called Fate, Savage Worlds, Call of Cthulhu, Blades in the Dark, and Star Wars: The Edge of the Empire. And I was looking through these. These are some of my favorites. I want to start with Call of Cthulhu though, because that's one that I have. I have the rulebook for it. I'm really excited to play it because it's just dark, not dark. I guess it's a little dark, but it's like pure survival horror based, and I love that. So how they do their version of inspiration is called luck points, and it's not the luck points we have in D&D. There's a finite resource. So let's say it's dependent on. I don't remember specifically. I did not write that down, idiot Ficky. Come on. But there's like a finite resource. So let's say you have 60 of these luck points. And the example it gives is you're fighting a swamp creature, and they get an extreme success against you. And in Call of Cthulhu, you can die in one hit.
Nice.
Like it is a deadly game. Like you're
It's
not
brutal.
you're not supposed to fight in this game. Like you are meant to lose in this.
You're meant
And
to
then you
suffer.
go and roll, and you need to beat, I think it said like a 35 or something like that in order to not die right away. You roll like a 65 or a 63. You are going to die. So let's say you have a pool of 60 luck points. You spend 53 of your luck points to make your roll become a 7, which makes it you get extreme success, which means tie goes to the dodger. You don't die. But now you only have 6 luck points left. I don't know when you get them back, but you only have that much left for X amount of time. And Fate Core, in Fate, sorry. The core rulebooks, it says you earn fate points. And I think these are very similar to, if you remember Mr. Shikadance, when we talked to him about his, he calls it shenanigan points. It's
yeah.
very, very similar. So the DM has a pool for each scenario, and then the players have a pool according to one of their stats. So what that does, it allows you to either boost a dice roll. You can declare a narrative detail. So you could be like, oh, and I don't know 100%. I don't really know Fate a ton. I only looked into it a little bit as I was researching this. I declared narrative detail that's in, or you can retcon a small fact into existence. So just kind of those, like, you change fate with it. My last one I'll share is we will look at Savage Worlds. They're called bennies, short for benefits. It's basically the same thing. It lets the player reroll dice, soak up damage, or do really cool crap. Okay.
The first thing that came to my head was like, it's just a bunch of dudes named Benny that
Hey,
show up to help you.
Hey! It's just you get like a bunch of short dudes just named Benny behind you. Hey! And they're like, oh, I use my Benny, and you throw them at the bad guy.
Sacrifice.
So yeah, a lot of these things are handed out though because of good role play. That's what I've realized is a lot of these different fate points, luck points, Betty's are because of good role play overall. So fate points, when your role play their character's flaws, beliefs, or aspects are what they're called. It's just ideals. And it's very similar to D&D and how they do it. But I feel like it's such a better system already than just get advantage on a roll.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely.
So those are just some other ones that I looked up. I actually really enjoyed looking up into that because I do want to get into more TTRPGs. So, let's talk mechanical rewards though. Do you think you should always get a magic item if you do something well?
Yes,
Absolutely.
100% every time.
Okay, sweet, good to know.
Next topic.
Thanks for coming out, everyone. That's it.
Yay, we did
Wait, Brayden,
it!
what constitutes a magic item?
An item that is magical.
I mean, let's look at
Like-
Baldur's Gate for examples. Arrows are magic items in Baldur's Gate.
There's magical
Inst-
arrows in D&D too.
I want some of those.
You don't even.
You want them?
I'm not going to use them, but I want them.
Oh, okay. He's gonna
Okay,
eat
you
the
can.
arrow. Never mind. You can have all the magic arrows as long as you don't give them to Strider
Yes,
or use
deal.
them. Period.
That is a deal and a half.
You
I
cannot
will
use
do
them at all. You will just have them in your backpack.
I'm all
Backpack
for
boy.
this.
Okay.
He's
great.
never gonna see his backpack again.
Cool with
His
all the
backpack.
with all the tips of those magic arrows popping out of my backpack. It's just waving them in front of Hunter. Ooh, Hunter, this one does frost damage. I mean, Strider.
You would never see your backpack again. It'd be gone.
New one-shot idea. We have to find Backpack Boy's backpack.
And it turns out the backpack is just the friends we made along the way.
love it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Backpack Boy's backpack was stolen from the Lord. And we have to go steal it back.
From the Louvre.
You said from the Lord.
God
It was
has stolen
stolen
from the Lord.
God
kill
stole
God.
Backpack Boy's backpack.
What if Bahamut did? And that's actually just everything.
That'd be sick.
So this actually brings up another point. The giving people magical items and that stuff, and it kind of goes along with maintaining balance when it comes down to this. If let's say, because there are different in our group alone, there are different levels of role playing. Like how Kendall role plays is different than everyone else. And then how Haley role plays is different than everyone else. Like that's just what it is. Like there's just different tiers that people are in role playing. How do you maintain a balance and not show favoritism in that way?
Reward what's hard for that player.
That's a really
Like
good way to put it.
reward if you have a player that doesn't really talk and role play at all, if they role play that night, they get something. But if you have somebody who loves to role play and won't shut up, like
Reward them for shutting up.
you reward them for shutting up.
Good job, Kendall. You didn't talk once all session today.
Keeping your mouth quiet like that's not easy. I'm very proud.
No. Like if I give an Oscar-worthy performance, highly unlikely. But if I am on fire that night, then give me something. But if Miguel says something as Seraction, give him all
Literally
of the things.
anything.
Literally
Literally anything.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Well,
do
to
that.
be fair, he did roleplay that one time, and
He
then
did.
he
He did.
immediately got a 9th level spell afterwards. So
He did.
He did. And I'm so proud of him.
And a little bit of that was because I didn't read the whole item description.
Ninth level
Your
cure
loss
wounds
has
once a
been-
day.
He hasn't been here since, so you guys haven't been here since then, so it's fine.
He needs to recover.
I think a good one for not that you steal the spotlight, Kendall, but a
Oh,
good one that for someone who may roleplay a lot more is I would reward someone who helps a person who roleplays less roleplay.
Okay.
Like when they do that, when they are able to, bring in someone else who maybe struggles or like that. Or I'll be honest, guys, if I'm gonna really start giving inspirational rewards, I've given you guys the secret. Small bits of role play. I eat that crap up, okay?
Hey, I gave you some role play, and all you gave me was 100 and something gold.
We're not supposed to talk about that. Wink.
Roleplay Strider taking a freaking dookie or something in the woods, and I'm gonna expect all the magic items.
I will not give you a role play for you taking a dump in the woods. I assume you guys use the bathroom when necessary.
What if I've been holding it in this whole time?
That is a
God,
Gross.
fast!
6-month dookie you got up there, homie. You gotta drop that.
Ew.
Go see a
I-
doctor.
Oh,
I will.
I
What
think
if I
it-
am the doctor?
You are the cleric. That's not the small role play I'm talking about, guys. It's the role play
That's
between each
big
other.
role play.
That's big role play. No, I think that's I actually loved how you said that, Bast. Thank you, Bast.
Goodness.
You guys are just your characters to me now. You guys aren't even human.
And a confidence boost. Here, though.
Strider's human,
Yeah, Strider
sort
is
of.
human.
kind of.
Maybe.
no, he is half.
Mm,
I'm a half hell giant. Everybody forgets that. Nobody's brought it up.
Yeah, no one's.
There's
It's
been
just that
a
you're very
lot
short.
on our plate, Strider. There's been a lot going on recently.
No, I think rewarding the player to their level is perfect. I think that's a great way to do it. Anything else with that?
No.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not a single thought is running through y'all's heads about it.
With brain.
Not
Haley has the brain
relevant.
cell.
Haley's over here like, y'all see that cow behind me?
Isn't it so cute?
Anything else we want to say about inspiration going beyond it and other thoughts that may have not been said? So to wrap it up, go ahead, Kendall.
Oh, okay. I
Kendall.
was just gonna say, remember about it, because if you have somebody who's really struggling to roleplay and they put themselves out there and they roleplay and then like nothing really happens because of it, I feel like that would be really discouraging. I'm not gonna say like if you don't do it, it's your fault that they feel that way, but let's encourage that behavior. Yeah,
I understand, Kendall. I get it. I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
thank you.
I think it's
I'm
also
smitten.
good to hype up roleplay.
Oh
Like
yeah.
not necessarily like while it's happening, but like if there's like some insane roleplay happening and kind of comes to an end, like get hyped at the table.
Maybe
round of
quick
applause,
round of
freaking-
applause, yes.
I don't know, just celebrate it because it's awesome.
You can also celebrate it if you don't want to ruin like immersion after that. Celebrate it after the game as well.
Yes,
Mhm.
that too.
Mm-hmm. That's something I try to do. If someone has like a phenomenal, like someone who doesn't role play as much, does really good in a session, I always like applaud them at the end. So to wrap things up, then the general gist of what we can get out of this is that we should all use Haley's put together roleplay document.
Yes, please.
So that's
Let
what
me battle
we got
people
out of
with my
this.
words.
Rewards.
That's why I chose the type of bard that I am.
there's a ton of ways to reward people just besides just giving out inspiration.
Mm.
I think inspiration works for a quick way to reward people, but I don't think it should be the only way at all. Well, if there's nothing else, Sam, do you want to close up for us?
DMs out there, level up your bards and only your bards.
Hold up. That's not. Thanks for coming to the podcast. Thank you guys so much for coming out to the episode tonight, or today, or this afternoon, whatever time you're listening. We appreciate
Hey, it
a
could be
ton.
3 in the morning for them.
That's why tonight is okay. Question: do you guys consider 3 in the morning? I guess I just said it in the morning. I also say 3 at night. Like, is 3 o'clock morning or night for y'all?
It's
It
morning for
depends
me.
on if I went to bed or not.
That's a
There
good
is no
point.
such thing as 3
Ooh.
o'clock at night. It's the afternoon or the morning. That's it.
So Sam's wrong. Thank you. If
I'm
you
quitting the
guys
podcast.
are not following the podcast on your respective platform, follow so that Sam does not leave the podcast.
We threaten that a lot.
We threaten a lot of things a lot that have not come. Obviously, we have very empty threats here in Beyond the Tavern Wall, which is good and bad.
Yay.
Don't ask. If you're not following us on social media, we are on social media on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. You can go follow us at Beyond the Tavern Wall on the respective platforms. If you have any questions, suggestions, thoughts, comments about the episode, you can either leave it in the Spotify comments, the YouTube video comments, or you can send us a direct message on Instagram, wherever you can send a direct message. Instagram, I don't think you can do it on YouTube, so don't do it there. Leave a comment there. That's the best way to do it. Instagram and TikTok, or you can send us an email at beyondthetavernwall@gmail.com. And as always, the best way to support us is by word of mouth. You going out, sharing the podcast with your friends, family, getting them to listen, and discussing the podcast right there and sharing your thoughts with us through comments and sharing the podcast with them really helps out a ton. And the best way we have decided to do that is to give people a little side quest. And the woman with the glowing aura around her today. Kendall, what side
Yes,
quest are
hi.
we sending our adventurers on today?
We are going to share the podcast with a friend that you have that doesn't talk a lot, but when you hear them talk, you're shocked because you forgot that they can talk. So you're a quiet friend.
If you know a
It's a good
quiet
one.
friend, we all have a quiet friend, okay? Share the podcast with them. Thank you guys so much for coming out to the podcast tonight, and we will catch you back here in the tavern next Wednesday.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Bye.
Bye.